Welcome back to Wave and Docker. Today is August 24th, and we're going to tackle the upcoming Orioles-Rockies weekend series. As of recording this, the Orioles are 78-48, and they're taking on the Blue Jays tonight at 7:05 at Camden Yards. Kyle Bradish versus Jose Barrios. Oh, no, not Kyle Bradish, Kyle Gibson. Little mistake there. But I wanted to talk about the upcoming Rockies series. 3-game set, Friday through Sunday. Really the only option here is to sweep this team. This is a bad Rockies team, and we just got to take advantage of the times we play these bad teams like we did with the Athletics. We swept them, got a nice three-game cushion there with that series. So ideally it is a sweep, but I just want to talk about a few key points from this matchup. Rockies starting pitching, our starting pitching, and sort of what to expect from this series. So the Orioles probables are Cole Irvin, Kyle Bradish, and the third spot here is a little confusing. It's probably going to be Jack Flaherty or back to Grayson Rodriguez. Flaherty was scratched from his Wednesday start after saying that he didn't really bounce back from that blow-up start he had against San Diego. So it's kind of confusing. I'm not upset about it because I don't want him to go out there if he's not feeling confident with his stuff. But it's just I'm curious how we're gonna reset this rotation because we were running a 6-man with Kramer, Gibson, Bradish, Rodriguez, Irvin, and Flaherty, but is it going to go back to a 5-man or is it just going to be a 6-man with Flaherty's spot swapping with Kramer's and just shifting everything around? But I don't know. So it's either going to be Flaherty or Rodriguez in that third game on Sunday. Both Cole Irvin and Bradish had really phenomenal starts against Oakland. Granted, it is the Athletics, but they looked great. They kept the Athletics from hitting, and he just sort of blew them out of the water in both of those games. Rodriguez did have a great start against Toronto on that Tuesday game, even though we did end up losing that game. He walked out of it with no decision, but he looked great. He gave up 3 runs early, but he settled in. His stuff still looked great, and he kept us in position to win, even though we did end up losing in extras. I talked about Flaherty in the last video. He did have that blow-up start in San Diego, so if he does end up starting that game 3, we'll see how he's feeling, and hopefully he can bounce back in a big way and steal that game 3 for us. The Rockies are not a good ball club. They are 29 games back of the first place Dodgers. They have, I think, right as of recording this, they have 47 wins. They're taking on the Rays at 1 o'clock. So hopefully they can end up with 48 wins, beat Tampa Bay, and maybe we can gain a 3-game lead if we can defeat Toronto tonight. But yeah, they are not a good ball club. They haven't been for the last few years. That Nolan Arenado trade really just put them in the dumps, and they're in a bad spot right now as an organization. The Rockies probables are Freeland, Flexen, and Black. All 3 of them have not really been very impactful this season. They are a bad ball club, as I said. So hopefully, like I said earlier, we can steal a sweep from these guys and just get these guys out of the game early and just make it easy for our bullpen and just the rest of our team. Just knock those starters out early and just get these easy wins. A few notes on a few of these pitchers. Freeland has been scored a loss in 9 of his last 10 decisions. It's like I'm beating a dead horse at this point. The Rockies are not a good team, and obviously, you're not going to see many aces on these bad ball clubs. But yeah, Freeland has not been great in his last 10 starts. Ty Blach has only appeared in 13 games all year for Colorado, and he only began seeing starting appearances in July, starting in 6 games since late July, sporting a 1-run record. But the Rockies have not looked good. The games that he showed up in, he was more of a long relief guy. In the early season, they gave him a chance to start, and same sort of thing. Like I said, bad pitching, bad ball club. Those things tend to correlate. Chris Flexen was traded to Colorado from Seattle at the trade deadline, only appearing in 5 games so far for the Rockies. He is 1-1, but like I said, like about all these pitchers, he has not been very good. So we really need the Orioles to take advantage of that and just hit these guys hard, make it easy on the bullpen, get up early, and try not to use Bautista in any of these games. The Bats came alive in Game 2 of the Blue Jays series, winning 7-0 on Wednesday. I'm recording this prior to Game 3, but hopefully, the Bats can stay hot and we can, walk out of this series with a win, go into this Rockies series, hopefully, with a 3-game lead if the Rockies can come through and beat the Rays in their series finale today at 1 o'clock. But, hopefully the Bats can stay hot, and like I said earlier, we can hit these guys hard, make it easy on the bullpen, and try not to use, Cano and Bautista in any of these games when, it's not really necessary. Tony's return to the lineup on Wednesday was huge. He had 2 home runs. The team just looks different when he's out there on the field or batting. He's just such an impactful guy. I love seeing him on the field, and I'm glad that, he's back from that little 3-game stint on the bench with a little back issue, but it's great to see him back in the lineup. And the lineup on Wednesday was stacked, one of the best we've seen all year. Hopefully we can see more of these lineups as we head into September and, get to the really nitty-gritty part of the season, and we can, hopefully clinch an AL East title. And to wrap up, as we near September 1st, the call-up deadline, you have to wonder if Mike Elias is going to pull the trigger on calling up, a Kerstad or a Holiday for, a late September push and have these guys on the postseason roster. Personally, I'd like to see Kerstad, maybe platoon him with Ryan O'Hearn. In the lineup that we saw on Wednesday, we saw both Mountie and O'Hearn, with Mountie DHing. We could see, a Mountie, O'Hearn, Kerstad, sort of rotation. I'd be down to see that, or honestly just O'Hearn and Kerstad platoon, because I think Kerstad could be a very impactful bat and honestly glove as we come down to playoff time. But the Jackson Holiday, that's every Orioles fan's wet dream at this point. Like, I'd be very surprised if we see him called up, but, we saw Manny get called up in 2011, 2012 time when he was very young. So, I trust Mike Elias, and whenever he does, like, I'm not going to be upset if we don't see Kerstad or Holiday, but I think, those could be some very impactful call-ups, because Jackson Holiday, he looks ready for the majors right now. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to try, different editing style on this one, because last one I just did one take. On this one I'm going to try, cutting in between takes as I look down at my notes, so just see like a fluid video of me just talking all bullet points instead of trying to memorize them and just go through all of them at once. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next series preview.